This is a legacy story told by the young people from Derry and Donegal who went on a journey to find St. Columba. We followed a trail of key landmarks that would help highlight St. Columba's history. The reason that we're following this trail is so that we can learn more about our own history. And from that, learn what St. Columba's story means to us.
St. Bracken's Church is the first stop of the Columba Heritage Trail. It stands as a testament to the legacy of St. Columba. The first church used to be the site of a monastery. It was built by St. Bracken, who then went on to set up numerous other monastic settlements. It is thought that he was inspired by Columba and the monasteries he founded. The original site was destroyed by Normans in 1192, but in 1585 Bishop Redmond O'Gala had the church rebuilt. Each ruin has a story to tell, and I chose this ruin for that reason.
Holy man, explorer, miracle worker, politician, liberator, artist, poet. St. Columba, also known as Columba, has been called many different things, and has been written about by many different people from all around the world. I've learned a lot about our heritage and how Ireland was shaped by Columba. Columba has been called Dove of the Church. You can see this in a lot of the depictions of him. A good example being the statue that sits in St. Columba's Park, where he has a dove held above his head. One of the stories that we learned about was that after Columba was banished to Iona, he was never allowed to step foot on Ireland again. There is a myth that he tied bags of dirt from Iona to his feet in order to be able to walk on Ireland again. This myth is represented on this statue as well.
The first Derry Presbyterian Church was built in 1690 and was replaced by the current church in 1780. Although Presbyterians have been worshipping in Derry since the 1600s, this is the first and only Presbyterian church inside the Derry walls. This historic church, last restored in 2011, reflects multiple 18th century features and has been well kept to retain as much as possible of the original building. The reason I have chosen this stop in the Columba Heritage Trail is because it is remarkably eye-catching and beautifully historic in my opinion.
Known locally as the Wee Church on the Walls, St. Augustine's Church claims to be located on the site of St. Columba's original settlement from 546 CE. Columba built his first monastery on a site which could be defended, with a view up the River Foyle. Columba built in a natural clearing in the oak grove to avoid destroying any of the trees. This could explain the unconventional positioning of the church. Normally, Anglican churches faced east to west, but St. Augustine's faces northeast to southwest. The oldest dated gravestone in the church's cemetery is 1604. Many famous graves are located in this graveyard, such as the graves of MacArthur's grandparents. The haunting beauty of St. Augustine's can't be compared to any other church in my opinion. Many believe that some spirits still remain on the church's grounds. Maybe Columba himself is still here.
My search for St. Columba took me to St. Columba's Cathedral of the heart of the old city's walls. The cathedral possesses many homages to its namesake, St. Columba. Inside the cathedral, I met Billy. He told me all about the site's history.
Well, St. Columba was our patron saint. He's the patron saint of Derry, and the church is called after him because he was a patron saint. He came here, he brought Christianity to the city, and then went across to an island in Scotland called Iona, where he died in Iona. 595 he left here, and he went to Iona, where he died.
This wonderful old church is a living reminder of St. Columba's legacy, and my time with Billy has also reminded me about the story of St. Columba with the stories he has told me to his time living around the cathedral.
Now, it was an old building when I was in it. They built a new, very nice building and all the rest of it. The other building had more character and everything. It was too small, that time numbers were going up. So they bought the wee street out behind it, Templemore Street, and each of those wee houses were converted to a classroom. The panels of the Sacred Heart altar represent the various emblems of the Passion. For St Patrick's Day, the long time, from what was the main school, there were steps going down into the yard, and everybody out, and they prayed around the yard saying, "Hail Glory St Patrick." I thought it was great.
Unarguably, the busiest road in Derry is one of Derry's most beautiful structures, of which is very easily missed. The structure I am talking about is the Methodist Church on Carlisle Road. On the church is a pair of doves. These are a reference to St Columba, as he was often referred to as the dove of the church. I chose this church as I am an outsider of Derry, and I didn't know what Methodism was. I feel like St Columba, as he was an outsider to this beautiful city, and I hope that I can come to love it as much as he did. I found this quaint homely church to be very beautiful and has a very long-lasting history to it. For me, the information I gained about this church is just the beginning of all the knowledge and culture I am looking forward to learning in the future.
As you enter the city side of Derry across the Blue Bridge, the first thing you will see is the Hands Across the Divide monument. The statue of the two men reaching out to each other. It was unveiled in 1992, 20 years after Bloody Sunday. The monument to me represents culture and how strong we've become since Bloody Sunday. We even won City of Culture on July 16, 2010.
Peace Bridge opened on the 25th of June 2011. The Peace Bridge symbolises a handshake of peace across the foil, but for me, the Peace Bridge means culture. It'll be around for a long time and will gather a lot of history.